Hey guys, this is Tim with THB Fishing for Recovery. This afternoon we're going to talk about step 5. But before we get started on step 5, I want to read the first 4 steps that we've already talked about. And then we're going to go from there. So I'm going to read the first 4 steps first. We admitted we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives had become unmanageable. Step 2. We came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Number 3. We made a decision to turn our will, our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Step 4. We made a searching, fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Okay, and now step 5. We admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact natures of our wrong. This is the step that we actually gain freedom, our freedom back. Okay. The 5th step is the key to freedom. It allows us to live clean in the present, sharing the exact natures of our wrong. Our wrong sets us free to live. After taking a thorough 4th step, we deal with the contents of our inventory. We are told that we keep these defects inside us. They will lead us back to using. Holding on to our past would eventually sicken us and keeping us from taking part in our new way of life. If we are not honest, when we take a 5th step, we will have the same negative results that dishonesty brought us in the past. Okay, step 5, you should be, if you're working these steps with your sponsor, you should be comfortable enough with your sponsor to trust them with, anything you have to share in this step. You've got to make sure that you get that closet completely cleaned out. And the more you work the steps, you're going to dig deeper and deeper and find hidden stuff that the first time each time that you work these steps, you're going to find something deep down in there that you missed the first time. Okay, it says step 5 suggests that we admit to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact natures of wrong. We looked at our wrongs, examined our behavior patterns, and started to see the deeper aspects of our disease. This disease is really deep down inside us, and we have to just continuously dig deeper and deeper. And you remember, before we hit rock bottom, we kept digging deeper and deeper. So, that's one of the main things, we just got to keep working on it every day. And this disease, it doesn't take any time off. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we have to stay on top of this disease that we have. Okay. Now we sit with another person and share our inventory out loud. And, it's hard to do. But when you've got the right sponsor, which the first time I worked these steps, I had prayed about my sponsor, and I had the perfect sponsor for this. And by the time we had already worked through up to the 5th step, he had gained my confidence, and I had gained his confidence of being honest to each other. Our higher power will be with us during the 5th step. We will receive help and be free and face ourselves and another human being. It seems unnecessary to admit the exact natures of our wrong to a higher power. God already knows that, He knows the stuff that we did wrong. Although we already know the admission must come from our own lips to be truly effective, step 5 is not simply reading step 4. For years we avoided seeing ourselves as we really were. We were ashamed of ourselves and felt isolated from the rest of the world. Now that we have a shameful part of our past trapped, we can sweep it out of our lives and face it and admit it. It would be tragic to write it all down, then shove it in a drawer. These defects grow in the dark and die in the light of exposure. So, anything in the dark is eventually going to come to the light. So, it's easier just going to be honest to yourself. And it actually helps you being honest to yourself by practicing being, the more we do something, the easier it is to do. So practice honesty is just very, very important. Before coming to NA, we felt that no one could understand the things that we had done. We feared that if we revealed ourselves as we really were, we would surely be rejected. Most addicts are uncomfortable about this. We recognize that we have unrealistic in feelings this way. Our fellow members do understand us. We must carefully choose the person who hears our fifth step. We must make sure they know that we're doing why we're doing it. Although there is no hard rules about the person of our choice, it is important that we trust that person. Only complete confidence in the person's integrity and discretion can make us willing to be thorough in this step. Some of us take our fifth step with a total stranger, although some of us feel more comfortable choosing a member of NA. We know that another addict would be less likely to judge us with malice and misunderstanding. Once we make the choice, we're actually alone with that person. We proceed with their encouragement. We want to be definitely honest throughout, thoroughly realizing that this is a life and death matter. Some of us tried to hide parts of our past in an attempt to find an easier way of dealing with our inner feelings. We may think that we have done enough by just writing down our past. We cannot afford this mistake. This step will expose our motives and our actions. We cannot expect these things to reveal themselves. Our embarrassment is eventually overcome and we can avoid future guilt. We do not procrastinate. We must be exact. We want to tell the simple truth, cut and dried as quickly as possible. There is always a danger that we will aggravate our wrongs. It is equally dangerous to minimize or rationalize our part of the past situations. After all, we still want to sound good. Addicts tend to live secret lives. For many years, we covered up low self-esteem by hiding behind a phony image we hope would fool people. Unfortunately, we fooled ourselves more than anyone. Although we would appear attractive and confident on the outside, we were hiding shaky and insecure person on the inside. The mask have gone. The mask must go. We share our inventory as it is written, skipping nothing. We continue to approach this step with honesty and thoroughness until we finish. It is a great relief to get rid of our secrets, to share the burdens of our past. Okay, to me, this step, why it was most important to me, is I was learning to become more honest with somebody, but most of all with myself. Because as addicts in this disease, we continually lie to ourselves. And, we want to be this certain person, but that's who God didn't make us to be. Most of the time, we don't know who we are to start with. And you have to be honest to finally to get your closet cleaned out so you can sleep at night. And so step 5 is real important. is we're finding these character defects that we have. And if we don't find them, how can we, work on them and fix them? So with that, guys, I hope you guys know that God has no limits. God loves you, and I love you too. And continued success in your recovery. Thank you.